welcome to another episode of JavaScript tutorials for beginners. In this video, we're going to learn conditional statements in JavaScript. So suppose you have one variable called animal, and that can be cat or that can be dog. And depending on the value of the variable, you're going to print different things. So for example, if the animal is cat, we're going to say meow, or if the animal is dog, we're going to say woof. So how can you write this kind of code? So definitely I need to check the condition, that is animal equals to cat. This is the condition, or this is the expression that we're going to evaluate. And if that is true, then we're going to say meow, otherwise woof. All right, how can we write that? So for that, in JavaScript you have a keyword called if. So if I write if, then within the parentheses, if I write the expression animals equals to cat, and then I'm going to add on curly brace, and within this curly brace we're going to write our code to execute if the animal is cat, right? So if the animal is cat, then we're going to write console.log say meow. Is that correct spelling? I don't know. And else we're going to do something else. Let's say console.log some sound. Let's say something. So what is going on here? We have one if keyword, then we have the condition if animal equals to cat, then we have this code block that is printing say meow. All right, and else we have one else condition as well. Else, that means if animal is not cat, then we're going to execute this code block. Now suppose animal can be cat or dog or something else. How can we write that condition? Instead of writing else, you can also write else if. And as we're writing if, we have to add some condition, and I'm going to write animal equals to dog, then say woof. I don't know the spelling. Okay, and then we can write else. Else we don't know what is the animal, then say something. So this is the general structure of one conditional statement in JavaScript. If, else if, and then finally else. You can also skip this else part. In that case, nothing will happen. If I remove this, so it is only checking animal equals to cat or animal equals to dog, and if animal equals to something else, it will not do anything. It'll just go to the next line of code. So for JavaScript conditional statement, we found that you can write if, else, this kind of structure for conditional statements. Now there is another way of writing conditional statement, that is using ternary operator. What is a ternary operator? Ternary operator is one simple expression. So here, if you use this if else conditions, this is the statement, but using just a simple expression also you can write conditionals. For example, I'm going to remove these lines of code, and I'm going to write one simple expression, that is animal equals to cat. Then I'm going to write one question mark, that is called the ternary operator. So if the animal is cat, then it will be meow. Otherwise, I'm adding one semicolon, then woof. So this is one expression. Okay, expression means expression can be evaluated to a value, right? So that means this whole line will be evaluated to a single value, and that is going to be meow or woof. So I can capture that value in a variable or a constant. So here I'm writing a constant or sound equals to this expression. For readability purpose, you can also use a curly parenthesis here, so that you can separate out the logical part. So what it is doing, this is one expression that is saying that if animal equals to cat, then the expression's value will be meow, otherwise it will be woof. So as I found this sound, I can just print it, console.log sound. So this is called the ternary operator in JavaScript. So these are the two simple ways to write conditional statements. There's another way that is called switch. So let me remove this code, and so suppose I have so many different conditions, like else if animal equals to, let's say, elephant, then say something, then else do something else. So we have a long chain of these if else blocks. Sometimes it becomes difficult to read. So for that we have a simpler approach that is called switch. So if you use this keyword switch, then you have this parenthesis. Inside that you can add some variable. In this case, let's say I'm adding the variable animal. An animal can have different values, and in switch we are going to evaluate all those different cases. After the switch, parenthesis, we have to write one code block using this parenthesis, and then we can write different cases. For example, case 1, that is can be cat, colon, then case 2, it can be dog, then case 3, it can be elephant, and case 4, maybe we don't know what it is, so we can write default. So let's understand the block. So we have to write a switch, then the variable, and then a code block, and then after that we have to write different cases of that variable. So here we have this variable animal. The possible values for the animal is cat or dog or elephant or default. Default means we are not matching anything. The animal is not cat, dog or elephant, it is something else. So go to the default. And also you have to remember that whenever you're using switch, you have to break the statement. So after this, after each case, you have to break it. Now why that is important, I'll tell you. Let me complete the code. So case, if the case is cat, then we can write something like console log meow. So this is the general structure. After the case, you have some place to write your code. What will happen if the case is cat or the case is dog? Then after that, you have to break it. Break means the control will go out of the switch condition. So why this case is important? Suppose you want to execute same code for cats and dogs. In that case, we can remove the break. So you can write like this: if the case is cat or the case is dog, then you do something. Console log. I don't know what I have to write. You get the idea. So here we are not adding the break statement. That means the control will go to first in the cat, then it the dog, and then to print this. It will not break it. After this dog statement, it will not go to elephant. It will break right here. So that is why the break is needed. Yeah, and after that, the default can also write something. You can write execute something in the default block. So these are the three ways you can write conditionals using JavaScript. Alright, I hope you learned something in this video, and if you liked it, please hit like, and also you can subscribe to JavaScript Talks for more tutorials like this. And also if you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section. I'll try to answer them all. And thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next episode.